Please welcome Catherine Stewart.
The sky is angled out of platinum. It's anybody's morning, and it's anybody's guess where she is going. Digital and automated seconds level out. It's anybody's guess where she has been. Is she aware that she is wearing one black glove? She looks as if she must suspect she's gaming with a story. She looks as if she's walking through a story's missing page. She stops to search her pocket. A coffee sachet has the word amore written silver against black. For an instant, she receives an odd impression. At her fingertips are verses, a melody or malady that mightn't have been hers. She is bemused to find the sachet, but she's glad to see that instant has been printed on the back. This will not do. She may as well be playing out a game of solitaire, and the window right beside her makes her wonder if she's there as she looks to be beside the tinted glass. The velvet glove's a mystery. She can't explain how she has come by it. There's a label, sequel, stitched into its seam. She decides that she'll keep walking right on past. Would she pause if she had noticed, on a staircase leading neither up nor down, a dark blue door straight set in a curving wall? The door, if she saw it, was met by a step. The dark blue door wasn't curved, was unbent. A green parakeet flutters past out of nowhere. She's nowhere in sight of a book left half open. In her hand there's no card, no black solitaire's diamond, but hard to the touch of her glove is a chess piece. An ebony castle can't vie with an ivory tower. A rook can't be put on a corner, an ebony square. The castle absorbs her. She's watching the castle. She's watching a lady within, whose walls are around her. Walls are collapsing. She's slipping through ether, her hands handed over. She's conscious of that. Was it her conscience that quickened the flight of a green parakeet through the open casement? Silken, the thread unravelled, left lying at her bare wrist on the window's ledge. Bright on the sheen of a fine Sabbath morning, the parakeet flew past a velvet curtain. Shaped like diamonds, the lead-light insects shone transparent there as she stood. Close against glass, she's leaning away. Dear Lady Annabel, fair Lady Annabel, where is his lordship, and why is the sash of the casement undone? You have let fly the bird that he gave you for promise and gave you to keep. Isn't there yet in the mirror behind you a frost, an enmeshing of vows and of pledge? What speech could be given were she to seek to disavow the bird's escape? Sweet Lady Annabel, who was the troubadour you heard from your chamber at some bidden hour? Quiet your reverie seems. Hadn't his hand plucked coolly the strings of a lute fallen silent? And hence, how near to her heart did conscience interrogate when, so kindly formed for air or grace, since airs and graces played their part, by virtue of its rendering to music she had listened. Below in the garden the quick bird alights, green amongst apple tree bowers. Was she the lady, the Annabel only, of a castle's keep? Or was she kept there at a casement, detained by a thought that she hadn't the heart to conceal? clear as the sky of a fine Sabbath morning. Close against glass, she watches the parakeet, knows the bird's gone from the mirror behind her, knows that she's leaning away. She could not stay the morning or stay the height of an uninvented platinum sky. Not then. Not with one flick of her wrist. The morning was unsashed. Who but Annabel had heard the troubadour? And say she saw the troubadour whilst through the door the troubadour could not ignore how near he was to her. Would Annabel anticipate, repudiate, elucidate how near she'd been to him? And other questions leaning at the corner of the casement. Who was the troubadour? If she was Lady Annabel, then was he in cahoots with all the other infidels engaged in lost pursuits of love so rarefied, so fine, so courtly that it flew in the face of creed and doctrine, those pursuits that set askew normal rules and yet were true to trysting notes and lutes? Lady Annabel won't answer for the troubadour. He's possibly by now in Provençal. If he had thrown the gauntlet down while she'd thrown down the glove, would she wish the glove to ever be recovered? Ideas are dissolving like mercury, flickering over the screen of her mind. A velvet glove is now upon her other hand. A book of unseen hours is kept between the digital and automated seconds levelled out in infrared. On the tip of her tongue, amore is writ in silver. The word is not dispelled. She's running out, running through, running on, running down. She's running into where she can't have been. Had she closed the casement tightly? Did she draw the sash precisely, her hand upon the glass? Will her touch remain only and always a finishing touch? Whose hand could such a glove be said to fit? A sequel is a boot on the other foot. She won't be persuaded that she saw a black boot belonging to a troubadour on a staircase next to a dark blue door. Had she twisted into nonsense all the absence of a sense that could have simulated something out of nothing if she'd simply had the sense to see it could? She hasn't any time left up her sleeve. She couldn't stay the day with the click of her fingers or a flick of her wrist. She's walking right on past. She couldn't second guess the look of a platinum sky. Not for one instant concealed and closely kept, either to her right or to her left.